Hi guys, I'm here to help you with one of the more challenging questions in your homework this week. This question is something we haven't covered yet in maths, but it's in your homework questions and I thought you might want to have a go at trying to answer some of them before we start learning about them on Monday. So I'm going to write down a sample question, and maybe if you have your homework sheet in front of you, you can have a look and see which one this is similar to on your homework sheet. So the question that I'm going to write down is 1, and let's do 2/4, 2/4, and we're going to multiply that today by 3 and 4/5. Now this is called mixed number multiplication. The reason it's mixed numbered is because it's got a whole number and a fraction and we have to multiply them together. And a lot of you, what you're probably thinking that we have to do is you're probably thinking that, okay, I multiply 1 and 3 and then I can multiply the fractions. But no, that is going to give you an answer that's really, really wrong. So don't do that step. That's not a method, that's not a strategy. And I just realised that we're missing that line there. Now we can go ahead and do our maths. So in order for us to be able to do this mixed number multiplication, what we first are going to do is we're going to turn these into, instead of mixed numbers, we're going to turn them into improper fractions. And we'll start over here by 1 and 2/4. And I'm going to turn that 1 and I'm going to add it into my fraction. And I know that one whole that's right there, that's equivalent to 4/4. So 1 whole is equivalent to 4/4. And I'm going to add that to my 2/4, and I'm going to get 6/4. Okay, that's now an improper fraction. And I'm going to do the same over here to this one, but it's a little bit more challenging because I have 3 wholes. So I know that 1 whole in this situation is going to be equivalent to 5/5, but I have 3 wholes. So I'm going to have to multiply 3 and 5 together. 3 and 5 together equals 15. And that's the same. So what I'm saying is 3 wholes, if I was to show that in a fraction, would be the same as 3/5. And now I'm going to add that onto my 4/5. And that's going to give me 19/5. Right, 19/5 down there. And now I have these 2 improper fractions and I can easily multiply them because I remember my strategies from last week. So 6/4 multiply by 19/5. To do this, I'm going to multiply 4 by 5. So 4 times 5 is 20. And then I'm going to multiply 6 and 19. And that's a little bit more challenging. So I'm just going to very quickly show you how I might figure this one out over here. So 6 times 19, I find that quite challenging to do. But I do think I can figure out what 6 times 20 is. Because 6 times 2 is 12. And then add a 0 makes it 120. And then I can subtract a group of 6 away from that. And that's going to give me 114. So that's just my little strategy for figuring out what 6 times 19 is. It's 114. And there I have my answer, 114 over 20. But I know that that's a improper fraction, and I know that I should be writing that as a proper fraction. So I'm going to think, how many groups of 20 go into 100? Well, I know that 20 times 5 equals 100. So I know that there's 5 whole groups of 20. And there's going to be 14 left over. 14 over 20. And then there's my answer. But I'm looking at 14 over 20, and I know that 14 over 20 can definitely be simplified because I look at 20 and I look at 14, and I know that they can be divided by 2, so I still have my 5 whole numbers, but I know 20 divided by 2 is 10, and 14 divided by 2 is 7, And there, I know I've got my answer. I know I can't simplify that fraction anymore because 7 is a prime number and it won't work with 10. My answer is 5 and 7/10. That's what that problem got down to. So I hope this helps you out with your homework a little bit, and thank you guys for listening and watching.